Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rajiv Kamal Kumar from AN Sinha Institute of Social Studies, Patna. Today we are going to learn the module Problems of Tribal Identity from the paper Tribal Culture of India. At the end of this module, you would able to define the concept of tribe that have been made in anthropology. The second objective of this module is to determine the identity of tribes in India. The third objective is to define and distinguish between tribal and other civilized population. The fourth objective is to define the social structure of tribal population in India, and the last objective of this module is to develop understanding of tribal identity. The tribal culture blooms in the isolated highlands and forests of India. The tribals are an integral part of the Indian population, as almost one-eighth of its population is comprised of tribals. They are living in the hilly and forested terrains of the country, which are largely isolated or semi-isolated from the mainstream population. The study of tribals has been one of the main concerns of anthropology. However, anthropology is the study of man in time and space, but the main focus of anthropological studies have been tribals' life and culture. According to the famous anthropologist L. Kroeber, anthropology is the most humanistic of sciences and most scientific of humanities. Now we should know about the concept of tribe. A series of definitions have been offered by the earlier anthropologists to cover a social group known as tribe. Similarly, many attempts have been made to define and characterize the tribes, but there is no consensus on defining characteristics of tribes. Tribal refers to a group of people who define themselves by a kinship to an ancient lineage before they identify with the nation. Anthropologists define a tribe as consisting of a singular cultural unit having shared traits such as common language, religion, territory, common territory, and affiliation with the land, and the absence of a hierarchical political structure. The tribals are also characterized by the endogamous society, that is, the marriage takes place within the tribe, and they also follow the lineage exogamy, meaning thereby that the tribals take their life partner from the different lineage of the same tribe. The lineage exogamy and tribal endogamy is generally used to be strictly followed by the tribals. However, there has been some changes due to the occupational mobility and exposure to the outside world. As we know that India has a large population of tribals which are residing in different parts of the country. The tribals have certain pockets of concentration in the country. In the Indian context, efforts have been made to find some common denominators, if not a common definition of the word tribe. The Commissioner for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes in his report for the year 1952, has listed 8 such common features for the tribal groups. According to this report, the tribal live in forest and hilly tracts away from the civilized world in the inaccessible part of the country. They belong to either one of the three stocks, that is, Negrito, Australoids, or Mongoloids. The tribal people speak the same tribal dialect. The tribals also profess primitive soul known as animism, in which the worship of ghosts and spirits is the most important element. The next feature is the tribal follows primitive occupations such as hunting and food gathering or forest produces. The tribals are largely carnivorous or flesh and meat eaters. They live either naked or semi-naked, using tree barks and leaves for clothing. And the last characteristic features according to this report is the tribals have nomadic habits and love for drink and dance, which was also mentioned later by Professor Elvin. Following the above definition, it is really difficult to find out such tribal groups. Some of the tribes may still have some of the above listed features, but not all the tribes have all these characteristics alone. Later on, Professor D. N. Majumdar in the year 1958 has tried to provide a broad definition of the tribes containing different characteristics, and Professor Majumdar also claimed that these characteristics given in his definition on in the year 1958 are fit to the any tribal group living in any part of the world. As we discussed that India is home to one of the largest number of tribes in the world. Although there are 537 tribal communities in India, but not all these tribal communities have been notified as scheduled tribes in the Constitution of India. We have almost 8% of tribal population in the country. Tribes in India are not a homogeneous group as their culture and values are distinct from each other. There is high variation in the spatial distribution of tribes in India. Almost 82% of the tribes live in western and central states of the country, whereas only 11% of them are located in the southern states, mainly Andhra Pradesh. The states of Maharashtra and Odisha share the largest number of tribes in India. Regarding the growth rate of tribal population, it is obvious that the number of tribal population has been growing over the years, although the rate of growth of tribal population has been less than that of the national average. The growth of population of caste people is much higher than the tribal population. In some of the cases, the growth rate of tribal population are observed either stagnant or decreasing. Some of the smaller tribal groups of Andaman Nicobar Islands are facing the situation of extinction. The tribal population can be identified from non-tribal population by certain distinct characteristics they possess. The chief characteristic of a tribe is that a group of tribal has certain common topography and usually live in comparatively isolated or semi-isolated regions such as hilly terrain and forest tracts of the country. Tribal people have a common language through which they interact with their community members and able to express themselves to outside world. They have a common way of living and very strong community sentiment. That is, they have a strong we feeling and there exists an excellent sense of mutual respect for one another, support and cooperation among each other. They also remain united and intact due to the fear of exploitation from the outsiders or any intrusion by the outside people. As they live in a common territory and share a common sentiment and common dialect, they have a very strong sense of unity. They live and die for their immediate kith and kin and their community. The tribal's economy is very simple in nature and largely dependent upon their immediate natural surroundings. Tribals have a communitarian basis of land holding. The educational attainment of the tribes is generally very less as their literacy rate is very low as compared to the rest of the population. This is mainly due to their pathetic economic conditions and poor educational facilities in the tribal areas and also due to the low drive for educating their children in formal schools. They think that the tribal think that the children should help the family in some economic activities or at least provide support in the household activities. All this lead to the poor employability in the government jobs as they are uneducated or less educated and having no professional skills suited to the modern world. The tribals have a very strong blood relationship and as we know the blood relation is the greatest bond and most powerful force inculcating a very strong sense of unity among the tribals. They also have a distinct political organization and sometimes it is observed that the community members have full right in the society and at the same time they have to follow their tribal chiefs or leaders. Now we can see some other chief characteristics of tribal people. The tribals have a common culture which comes out from the sense of unity, common language, common religion, and common political organization. Common culture produces a life of homogeneity among the tribal people. The kinship structure among the tribal society holds very important position in the life of tribes as kinship forms the basis of social organization. So most of the tribal societies are either based on kinship or lineage. These work as the anvil of tribal society. Most tribes are divided into exogamous clans and lineages. The marriage among tribals is based on the rule of tribal endogamy and clan and lineage exogamy. The meaning of this is that tribal take their life partner from the same tribe but outside their clan and lineages. The next important characteristic of a tribal group is that the tribal social organization is strictly based on the egalitarian principle. That is, every member of the community has the equal rights in the tribal society. Thus, there are no institutionalized inequalities like the caste system or sex-based inequalities, and both men and women enjoy equal rights and freedom in tribal society. They have most rudimentary form of religion, and most of the tribal group also has belief in supernatural powers and supernatural happenings. The tribals have a distinct psychological bent for enjoying life due to their close association with the nature. Their economy is immediately dependent upon the close physical environment. As mentioned, the tribal of India have definite characteristics such as common topography and geographical isolation or semi-isolation. Tribal people live within a definite topography, and it is a common place for all the members of a particular tribal occupying that region. In the absence of a common but definite living place, the tribals will lose other characteristics of a tribal life like common language, way of living, and community sentiments. These tribals are ethnically distinct from the other non-tribal population of the country. Professor B.S. Guha has provided a racial classification of Indian tribals. According to him, the tribes of India can be categorized into four groups. First is Negrito group, second is Proto-Australoid group, third is Mongoloid group, fourth is Nordic group. These racial classification of Indian tribes are made on the basis of physical features like Negrito group has dark black skin color, they are very short, they have woolly and frizzly hair, broad nose, dolichocephalic head, and in this category of tribals, Andamanis, Onges, the Kadars, Orals of South India can be placed. Similarly, the Proto-Australoid group of tribals have dark brown skin color, wavy and curly hair, thick lips, broad nose, and dolicho-mesocephalic head. In this group of tribals, Gonds, Bhils, Oraon, Munda, Santhal, Chenchus, Juang, Khadiya, Bhumij, Ho, etc. may be placed. The Mongoloid group of tribal population are mainly concentrated in the northeastern states of India, and they have a distinct physical features. Their eyes are small like a slit, and they have a epicanthic fold. The Nagas, Khasis, Garo, Lepcha, Bhotia, Dafla, Awar, Mismi belong to the Mongoloid group of tribals. The Nordic group tribals are white in color, wavy hair, prominent fine nose, thin lips, and the solitary example of this group of tribal is Todas of Nilgiri Hills. The tribals have also a common sense of unity. They have simple economic activity and which is mainly based upon simple technology and largely dependent upon their immediate physical environment. Like the tribes who are living in the forest are more dependent upon shifting, cultivation, hunting, and food gathering, etc. The tribals have communitarian basis of land holding. Each tribal group is often identified with a particular territory. Therefore, some scholars also suggested that a tribe may be called as a territorial group. Bearing a few exceptions of some nomadic tribes, the entire tribal group are found to have emotional attachment with their land and habitat. Because of their sentimental attachment with their land, they have always resisted any outside interference, particularly the setting up of industries and factories in the tribal areas. Tribal resistance against interference in their habitat and land system is reflected in various tribal revolts in the past as well as failure of several tribal resettlement schemes in different parts of the country. Those tribals who are resettled in some other parts of the tribal areas do not want to go to the new colonies as they are closely linked with their physical environment and they don't have the option for new economic activities in the newer areas allocated by the government. Tribals have also a very poor literacy rate as compared to the national average of India. The tribals are characterized mainly by endogamous in nature, as all the marriages or most of the marriages takes place within the same tribe. The tribal people always need protection from intrusion and infiltration, and for this, a single political authority is established and all the powers are vested in this authority. Thus, the tribals are also aware about their protection. The safety of the tribal is left to the skill and mental power of the person enjoying political authority. The tribal chief is aided by a tribal committee in the events of contingencies. Tribe is further divided into a number of small groups and each group is headed by its own leader. The chief of a group works according to the directives received by him from the tribal chiefs. Tribals group also have a distinct political organization which is taken care by the tribal leader. The political life of the tribals of India reflects a paradoxical situation in which democracy and monarchy coexist. Every head of the community at different levels, like clan, village, and territory, is generally honored, obeyed, and accepted as the head of the group. Every tribe has its own distinct political organization which looks after the interest of tribal people. The whole political authority lies in the hands of a tribal chief. Tribal identity is inherited through stories and myth, developing early in the social environment and outside the conscious awareness of the individual. It is essential for the well-being of the tribe infusing members with positive self-image. Tribal heritage includes myths, rituals, beliefs, customs, symbols, artistic creations and their expressions, and wisdom. Although there are no written texts, the knowledge about the above is preserved and perpetuated through oral tradition, music, and visual art forms. The tribal affiliation can also be seen in the context of the European colonial era, as used by the European administrators to conveniently classify the indigenous populations based on similarities of language and culture. By dividing peoples into tribes, it became easier to distinguish and control them, that is, control the tribal population from the rest of the caste population of the country. So Britishers found it convenient to administer the tribal population if they keep them isolated from the mainstream society. In contemporary India, the word tribe has now little cultural or social implications as it has become the watchword of the political consciousness of a particular group of a people in the country. Modernization has increased choice for individuals, but while modern identities based on the profession do not define the tribal values or purpose of existence, traditional tribal people have a more well-defined personal identity that defines and locates an individual within itself. the larger context of the world, nature, and the supernatural, providing a sense of security and well being. Like the caste consciousness or regional consciousness, the tribal consciousness is also fast developing to be a political tool which has become symbolic of privileged treatment, separatist tendencies, and in places a barrier to national integration as well. Some of the tribal communities who are also developed as compared to the less developed or isolated tribes such as the developed tribe of Meena from Rajasthan are taking up a lot of government jobs as compared to the other tribal groups. But this tribal identity consciousness has come after mainly after the independence of India because of the constitutional safeguards and reservation policy, which is also called as positive discrimination. The Constitution of India provides several opportunities for the tribals in matters related to the job and other services. So the consciousness for the tribal identity is now more political in nature. Today, the impacts of modernization, development, and globalization on the tribes have assumed a great significance as migration related to the work having multi-lineage structure have changed the scenario. The state-sponsored development programs, neighboring caste Hindu communities, influence, etc., have been raising issues of identity and ethnicity among them. All these situations have made the tribal society more dynamic than what it was earlier. Now, the state and central government has introduced a lot of development programs and schemes. Due to these also, the isolated and even due to this even isolated tribal communities are coming in contact with the development officers and workers to avail this development scheme. As a result of all these changes, the more the tribals have become more conscious towards tribal identity. So, students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. India is the home of the largest number of tribes in the world. More than 8% of its total population is comprised of tribals. The tribal people are found throughout the country except a few states such as Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Punjab, and a few union territories as well. The tribal population, such as but certain states have more concentration of the tribal population, such as the northeastern states and the states of central India. The tribal have characteristics of their own. They differ from the common Indian population both in character and composition. On an all India basis, Indian non-tribal population vary widely from place to place according to the natural surroundings, economic tradition, and local history, whereas in the case of tribes, these variations are very less. The initial discourse on tribal identity was shaped by those who advocated the integration of tribals as citizens of a nation state, and others who sought their assimilation, the assimilation of tribals into the Hindu fold. In contemporary India, the word tribe has now little cultural or social implication as it has become the watchword of the political consciousness of a particular group of people in the country, like caste consciousness or regional consciousness. Tribal consciousness is fast developing to be a political tool which has become symbolic of privileged treatment, separatist tendencies, and in place a barrier to national integration as well. Thank you.